Yeah. No, that don't really work. That don't really work. It don't really work when I do it. So I'll leave that again.
No.
We'll leave that to Hirsch. So we're back at it again. Welcome back to the KOD Show, episode 31. My name is Blake Dela Cruz. Over here, you got my man Just Bryce. Thank y'all for coming back to us. Hope everybody had a great Christmas. Hope you got to enjoy family, eat a lot. Hope Santa brought you everything that you wanted. Bryce, how you doing this week?
Hey man, tired. It's
Facts.
been a long week.
Been a
Christmas is
long
exhausting.
yes. I am currently, as you can all see, I'm not in my current location. I am in Orlando visiting my daughter for her birthday. So I am doing this from a hotel room in Orlando. But I promise anytime I'm on dry land in North America, we're going to get a KOD show out. I've been up since 3 this morning, but I'm
That's
pumped to
what's
talk
up.
to you guys.
You didn't take no nap, man?
Yeah, I did take a nap. So, but
Oh,
hey,
okay.
sometimes those naps ain't hidden. But no, we here though. So not really a lot going on. This is kind of going to be like a combination preview, review slash wrap up the year show. So the first thing I kind of wanted to discuss was there's a possibility that they're going to split the titles again, which I think we have been clamoring for. You guys more than me. Um, um, But yes, so they're gonna split the titles because the Rock isn't the Rock isn't guaranteed for the show. So the discussion is doing Seth versus Cody on night one, and if the Rock is available, doing Rock and Roman on night two. So Bryce, tell me how you feel about that potential schedule and then the splitting of the titles.
I don't. I don't want to see. I guess Seth would have the WWE title in that situation, and
That's my assumption. Yeah.
so yeah, it's like okay, if that's the case, I don't really care for a match four between Seth and Cody. Not right now. And then if it's for that belt, how soon are they gonna put it on Seth? Because at the same time, like, what kind of run is he gonna have if Cody does win the belt from him?
And my thing is, when are you splitting the like WrestleMania is in basically 3 months.
Yeah,
When are you going to split the titles?
yeah, man. Hey, I said the time to do that was with Drew McIntyre. Let him just go for one of the belts. Let him win at Clash of the Castle. Roman still has the streak going because the streak is really about the Universal title, right? Because he just
Yeah,
won the WWE title. I put it like this: he's had the Universal title longer than he's had the WWE title.
right.
I don't remember where he won it or how long it's been, but I know he's had that
He
Universal
won
belt
it
longer.
from Braun and Bray in a triple threat
Like I
match.
remember that was at SummerSlam. Like I
Yeah,
remember that. But I'm saying wherever he got the WWE title, I don't remember where he got that
he
from.
got, he got that at Mania, this past Mania
That was his
against
past
Brock.
Mania.
Yeah, you remember the biggest WrestleMania match
Oh
ever?
yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, so yeah, he definitely hasn't had that belt, but I don't know. What is it? It's been 8 months, 9 months. So
Yeah.
it would have been nothing for him to drop a belt that he's only had for 3 or 4 months. Like,
Hey, Miss Keisha H, thank you for being here.
yes,
Um,
welcome in. How you feel?
Hope you had a great Christmas, great holiday, and thank you for being here. We very much appreciate you. And coincidentally, there is a show tonight, a house show in your hometown, Miss Keisha, in Greensboro.
Dang. We probably
So,
should have went. I kind of forgot that that was a thing today. Oops.
and it's like, yeah, I didn't realize it was today, and I wasn't gonna be able to go anyway. But I also
Yeah.
saw a couple weeks that Bray was gonna be there, so thought that was kind
Mm.
of cool. Parker's on the go. She's in the car uh, right now, going to get food. So thank you for being here. It's Keisha. It's called a house show, and it's basically where like the TV cameras aren't there. It's just basically them wrestling, not on live TV. It's a lot
Yeah,
more active. The wrestlers have a lot more fun with it. Um, but yeah, that's in Greensboro, not at the Coliseum. So, but maybe next time, Miss Keisha, we can meet you there, and we can all go to a show. Um, so yeah, so we've been talking about this over the last couple of weeks. The Roman Reigns problem. um, see, here you see, yeah. Siobhan says the house shows that I've been to have been fun. Typically, the house shows are more fun um, than your actual televised shows because they're just a lot more laid back and lenient, and they interact with the crowd a lot more.
yeah.
Um,
House shows are way more personable. TV is more so everything is on time, so you gotta like, you know, oh, you only got like 5 minutes to be out there, so
yeah,
you don't got time after a match to, give high fives and talk to people and sign stuff. Like, just
right,
have your match, go back and go home. House
right,
shows, you're gonna be there for a while, so just hang out, have fun, entertain the people. You kind of
yeah,
try stuff out, see, what'll work. Maybe you try a new move, figure out things that get reactions, so that
yes,
way it'll translate to TV later
yeah.
on. That's all.
Basically, that's a very good description of it. Appreciate that, Bryce. Um,
Hey, no problem.
uh, um, so I guess the time to switch if you're going to do the splitting of the titles, I guess you can have a title up for grabs in the Elimination Chamber in February.
I guess, but again, what kind of build is that going to be for WrestleMania?
Let me see. Elimination Chamber is in February. Mania is in the first week in April. So that's 6 weeks.
Yeah, yeah, basically 6 weeks.
Well, if it's Cody and Seth, and that's already a story. Like you don't really need to build that much.
You don't. But I'm just saying, if Cody's going to get the belt, what is it going to mean that he beat somebody that's had the belt for 6 weeks?
Touche. Like this is supposed to be like his crowning moment, right?
Yeah, that's why I'm saying. Like for me, he needs to beat Roman, or he needs to beat somebody that's had a good run. Oh, that's why. Like I really wish this like Money in the Bank thing with Theory would have went. I don't hate it because of like what came out of it, but like Theory probably just should have lost the briefcase to Seth or something.
Yeah.
Seth cashing on one of the belts, maybe. Just so there's something there. He could have got the belt off of Roman a lot sooner. Or if Drew won back in September, he could have dropped it to Seth by now. And then,
And it just
there's
seems
something.
Seth. It just seems like Seth would only be there to look like because everybody knows the outcome. So Seth just you're basically making him like a paper champion. Like
Yeah.
you're just gonna put the title on him. Let's say Elimination Chambers when they do it. Then that's 6 weeks. You just make like everybody knows the outcome, and that's just not like
Unless, of course, they just don't have Cody win, which
which
I
that
don't know
would
why they wouldn't.
that would, that's what I'm like because the first time Cody challenges for the title, he has to win.
Yeah. That's been his thing since he came back.
Right.
That's
That's what
all
I'm
he
saying.
wanted.
Like maybe he doesn't win the Rumble and you push his coronation until SummerSlam, but that's still 6 months. No, not 6 months, 4 months away. Um, I don't know. I do at this point think if you're gonna do Rock and Roman, the titles have to be split.
Yeah, because it's no way I want to do Rock and Roman for both titles. I don't even want to do that match for a title.
Right.
It
See.
just, if Roman's going to beat The Rock, that's good enough. And The
Right.
Rock beat Roman, that's good enough. Like, they don't need, the title don't need to be involved in this.
So Siobhan has a question. She says, "So, for my ignorance, is the ultimate ending a Seth and Roman fight for the title?" Um, I feel like that would have been good last year before Cody showed
Oh, you mean like at the Royal Rumble?
up. Like, but I feel like they did that finish to like lead to something else, and then
Yeah,
they got
and we just never
Cody.
got there.
Right, and then they got Cody, and then it was like, okay, we gotta change plans. So I do feel like that at some point that was going to be like there's going to be a finale between those two. But since Cody showed up, I don't know where that ranks on their list of priorities.
Yeah,
Um, so yeah,
I don't know,
just
man.
yeah, I think Seth deserves more. And then, are you putting that on as a main event on night one? Is that a main event on night one?
Depending on what else is up there, probably not. I mean, if you got you know Bianca Rhea Ripley, that's probably a bigger match. A Bianca Charlotte Flair is probably a bigger match.
Here's my thing: you can't not main event Cody in his world title, like his coronation. So you have to
Right.
main event it with that.
Yeah, I mean you don't have a choice. Like you have to do that, but like just being that it's match 4, is it really?
Right, and that's the other problem. Like we've seen this match 3 times already. Great trilogy, like well done.
Yeah.
Um, but now it's like Seth's a face now. So is it going to be like a face thing?
Nothing
Like,
about to switch them back.
but why turn him in the first place?
Um,
Mom said she likes Steph. She thought it would be a great ending. They should have just finished it last year when we were at the Royal Rumble. That would have been a good ending there. Um, so I just don't know why you turned Seth because of the music. Like I don't. If that's the ultimate plan, I cannot. I have to think that's an audible turning him back heel.
I don't know. All of it just feels like it's just done in the moment. Like there's no planning. Like, oh hey, we need, a top babyface, and oh, the people seem to be behind Seth right now. Like the time to turn Seth babyface was right after match 3 with Cody. Like that
Yeah.
next night on Raw,
Yes.
just come out, shake his hand, congratulate him.
And then like that, and then that makes then the attack on him was like, okay, well, we can't do that.
Yeah, they just doubled down on him being a heel. But like, I mean, it's clear. Like, and I know I've said this before on the show, but to me, that music last year around this time, I'm like humming the music, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be really catchy by like WrestleMania, and the crowd's gonna get into this,
Uh,
and like they might have to turn him babyface just from like the music. People
right,
like really getting into it and liking that song and singing him to the ring. Because to me, it's always weird. Like when I see AEW, it's weird to me to see the crowd sing Judas and like he's a heel.
right.
It's just not something you would see. Um, but
Thank you,
then it's
Miss
just
Keisha,
like,
for
man, they
listening.
turned him face
Really
with
appreciate
no
it,
plan, knowing Cody's supposed to be coming back soon. I don't understand.
bro. That's why I feel like The Rock just they need to figure this out soon because I feel
Hmm.
like he's clouding the whole card. Like he's because if he comes back, you don't have to turn Seth. I don't think. Or do you turn Seth that if he comes back? It's just the Rock's just kind of clouding the card. Um, so I don't know. We don't know. I guess the split of the titles will have. I can almost guarantee you if they're going to split the titles, it's going to be an elimination chamber.
Yeah, I hope so. Like I'm hoping they do. But I don't. Yeah, I'm just hoping either way they just split the belts because they need a champion on Raw bad. Like
Yeah, because yes.
Raw is 3 hours with no world title.
Yeah.
Good luck.
And I'm assuming that wasn't the plan in April when they did this. When like if for some reason it was Brock that talked Vince into putting both titles on the line. Like, how you gonna listen to somebody that's not even gonna be there, basically booking the world title? I don't know. So we'll go ahead and move on if you don't have anything else to say about that. Um, so AEW last week, was it last week?
Yeah, it was last week.
Rick Ross made an appearance.
Another
And
appearance.
yes,
Because the first
and
one was good. I credit Tony Khan for that. Hey, he
yeah,
did something great on the first appearance. Bring him back. I don't know if they want to bring him back anymore.
because apparently, according to Meltzer, they freaked out backstage. So basically, Rick Ross, he was in the ring with Keith Lee. They were biding time for Shane Swerve Strickland, and Rick Ross then says, "You are a big MFer on live national TV." In case you didn't know, this is frowned upon. You're not supposed to throw those kind of curse words out on live TV. Um, so, Bright, like you actually saw the clip. Hopefully, everybody saw the clip. Would you What'd you think about him saying it and then their reaction to it?
Man, I just thought the segment itself was really funny. Because, like, Ross was in the ring with Tony Schiavone. Tony Schiavone didn't seem to know what the segment, like, what was supposed to happen, who was supposed to come out. I think it's Keith. He don't know. Rick Ross, whatever they told him to say, I feel like he just said, yeah, okay, whatever. I'm going to just be me. And then he just said a lot of stuff,
He
you
said
know?
he said in the Busted Open interview, can't nobody tell him what to do.
Oh, well, hey, there you go. Rick Ross is a boss. And unfortunately, it's not his TV show. And hey, it's when stuff like this happens, you know? This gave me a slight flashback to LeVar Ball when he was on Raw.
Yes, that was
And
terrible.
how awkward of a segment it was because
Yes.
it looked like there was no rehearsal or, just kind of going off
Like,
script and nobody
yeah.
knows what's happening. But yeah, man, just seeing him, it's like Keith Lee came out and they like trying to call Swerve, and it's like they kind of mess with the lights for a second. Nothing. They don't play any music. Ross is asking, "Can we get some music?" It's like, "Yo, give the legend a minute," and then he just looks over at Keith Lee and just says, "Hey, you a big MFer." And even Keith Lee was like, "Huh?" Looked at the camera on the floor, like, "Yo, cut his mic, cut his mic." And they, for whatever reason, now the show is also on a delay. Thanks to Janet Jackson, everything on live TV is on a delay.
Guys,
So
kids,
I don't know.
kids go back and research that.
Yeah, like I feel like something technically must have happened because I feel like Swerve's music was supposed to play and just didn't, and they're trying to scramble and get that. And you're probably not thinking, well, Ross is gonna drop that on live TV, and you're not really ready for it, and boom, it's just out.
Right.
I mean, it made for
Yeah, it
entertaining
made for
TV. It's a funny
hilarious
clip.
TV. But apparently they freaked out backstage because they're trying to get this TV deal, and
Yeah, and they're already on thin ice
they already with
from
thin ice.
from gratuitous use of SH.
Yeah,
They say that on TV probably, I don't know, 7, 8 times a show. They used to.
yeah.
And then, that kind of had to be scaled back or censored. So yeah, that's a big
Yeah.
one to drop when you're trying to get that
It,
TV deal.
it was. He goes on about Busted Open on Sirius XM. Is like, if you want to do business with me, you already know the deal. It can't nobody tell me what to do. He's like Tony Khan is cool, but he can't tell me what to do. So, like you said, how many appearances will Rick Ross make from this point? Make this point forward. Like, this is
Yeah,
because
because
you
like
can't.
the
Go
segment
ahead.
itself too, he kept saying like mogul affiliates, and like Swerve had the sweatshirt, Parker Boudreaux had the sweatshirt, and then whoever that tatted up dude, the big tatted up, he had a sweatshirt too. All of it said mogul affiliates. I don't even know what that means,
That's the name
but
of the group. Is that the name of the stable?
I guess I don't know. Rick Ross just kept saying like why they beat down Keith Lee. That's all he kept saying. Mogul affiliates, mogul affiliates. So I'm assuming Rick Ross is gonna be back for more appearances.
I don't know. I feel like it's one of those things where the first appearance went so well, and they're like, we have to have him back, and then it's like maybe you caught it. You probably should have just rode the wave and like the first appearance is good. Let's leave it at that, and then you try to get away with a second appearance, and it's like you might have to pay for. I don't know what the fine is, but I'm sure it's going to be hefty. I,
Steep.
I don't remember ever hearing MF on cable TV ever. I don't remember a show or a movie unless it's like late night, like FX or something.
Yeah.
Even then, so whatever fine they're gonna have to pay, maybe he'll pay the fine, but he's Rick Ross, so you don't tell him what to do or what to pay. um, yes, go ahead and listen to Siobhan because sometimes we have an issue with this on our own channel. Go ahead and hit that like button for us. We appreciate it. We're kind of growing a little bit. We're up to 120 subscribers, so we appreciate you guys for subscribing. But yeah, go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and participate in the chat. If you're watching this on replay, go ahead and drop a comment. If you're listening on Spotify, leave us a review. I think I got everything covered there. Um, so I guess the last thing we can discuss before we go into the year end stuff is, and you and Hersh are going to do a watch along on Friday night from 9 to 10. So y'all
Yep.
tap into the Hersh and Bryce. I will not be on that show because that's my daughter's birthday. But I just kind of wanted to touch on it before we actually get to the show on SmackDown. So we didn't, for some reason, because it was Christmas, everybody's kind of scatterbrained, and we did not have a pre-production meeting. We didn't even mention this last week that Cena is back, and he'll be teaming with Kevin Owens against Sami Zayn and Roman Reigns. So this can go a bunch of different directions. Um, I personally feel like obviously Sami's going to take the fall. It's just a matter of what happens in between from bill to bill. So, what opinions you got? What you thinking about?
Um, this will probably be a shorter, on the shorter side, like a 12, 15-minute match. I don't expect Cena to do a whole lot in this match. Kind of, you know, take some safe stuff. Don't do anything too crazy. Still got movies to be made, TV shows, and whatever else he does. So, yeah, I don't expect him to do a whole lot. I think Kevin Owens will probably take like some crazy bumps or something.
Oh yeah,
Um, I think something's probably gonna happen where Sammy's gonna tag himself in. He gonna get way too big for his britches,
that's a good one.
lose, and that'll lead to TV next week. I feel like when SmackDown goes off the air, we'll see like Cena, Owens on the ramp, holding each other's arms up. Roman's just gonna be looking back at Sammy like in disgust, and it'll be SmackDown.
Yeah, I feel like something has to be included with Sammy and Kevin
Mm-hmm.
where it leads to the law. Like I don't know if this is where like the beginning of the end starts. Um, but it has to. I feel like it's going to be heavily. This match is not about the match quality. This is a story. This is a chapter in a story that leads to the next chapter.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like obviously Sammy's going to take the fall because Kevin's probably challenging Roman next month. You don't want Cena. I've talked about this a lot. You don't want Cena to eat pins a lot. Obviously, Roman's not going to eat a pin. It's just about how do we get to Sammy getting pinned? Is it um, he goes to hit Kevin Owens and then, or he doesn't pull the trigger when he has a chance, or something like, is there some type of miscommunication between him and Roman that allows Kevin to pick up a pin, like something like that just leads to tension, that leads to the start of the breakup. Because if they're gonna go to Roman and Sammy in Montreal at Elimination Chamber in February, I think now is about the time you kind of need to start planting seeds for that. Uh,
Yep.
so, and as we get into Rumble season, I'm sure Roman will be on TV pretty much most of January. So we probably will still get a continuation of this story. But I feel like this is where the seeds are planted for the eventual breakup that either happens at the Rumble. It would have to happen by the Rumble, right? Like the breakup.
Yeah. Like for sure it will have to.
Yeah, yeah. Siobhan, thank you for being so apt tonight. Siobhan, Brandon, how do you feel about Cena coming back after his break to film Peacemaker? You know what, Siobhan? Over the years, I've came to respect John Cena. Now, when I came back to wrestling in 2012, was it 2011? 2011.
11.
Yeah. So when I came back to wrestling in 2011, I hated John Cena. I hated everything he stood for. His clique, his crew, everybody. But as time has gone on, I've learned to respect John Cena for everything that he did and everything he continues to do. So I'm okay with him coming back. Um, I've gone out and said he shouldn't lose as much as he does. So here's Brandon in 2022 taking up for John Cena. But yeah, no, I'm perfectly okay with Cena. He has some star power to the show that needs star power. Now it is funny not to get off on a tangent. Like the stuff that he was talking about The Rock, 10 years ago, he's doing now. But I guess he saw the dollar signs, was like, I'll be a hypocrite for that. So
Well, I think Rock had I think that's why they had kind of real life beef too, because Rock understood what he was doing. Cena more so used it to like hate on the Rock to kind of get himself even further over to drive home that he's here, Rock isn't.
right.
But Rock is like, no, I'm really doing this to like open the door for more people. And then boom. Kind of like when Punk talked about part timers too, where it's like, yeah, you say that now, but like when you're older, you're probably gonna want to be a part timer.
Yeah, that's why I just like, I feel like they lean too hard into that because they lean too far into that because like you don't want to like bash your star, like you don't want to bash your stars.
Right.
So you don't want to lean too far to the part-time stuff. Like you just want to kind of put guys over when they're there. Like don't worry about for how long they're there for or whether they're part-time or full-time. Just go ahead and put them over and treat them like a big deal. So I feel like they leaned too far into that at the time. I understood why, but I still feel like they leaned too far into it. Siobhan saying, do you feel like this is going to be a long-term stay in WWE or a small return? I think he's probably going to work a WrestleMania match, and that's it. I don't know if he's going to be on TV very much to lead up to that WrestleMania match. But I feel like he's going to work WrestleMania.
Yeah, this will be a kind of one match deal here. And whatever they decide to have him do for WrestleMania, they'll probably pick it up like 2 or 3 weeks before.
Yeah, because I mean, it's been like the theory. It's the theory thing has been about a year now. Like it's been at
Yeah,
least since last summer.
yeah, because I thought we were
That
gonna get this for SummerSlam. No,
yeah,
so yeah, I feel like logically, if it does end up being theory, that's kind of already there. Like you have enough video and interaction between them already to build up to something. I'm sure Cena can cut one of them, pre-tape promos from his house, play that on Raw, get a response from Theory the next week, and maybe like a face-to-face that go home show, and then the match, and that's that. Like I don't think Cena has to really be there very long to
no,
really build this up. I mean, he's at a point in his career. You put his name on anything,
yeah. I think
his name WrestleMania, people gonna watch it. Like it
yeah,
don't need a build to it.
he sold 4,000 tickets off the rip off that for SmackDown Friday.
Yeah.
Um, how far am I from Tampa? I'm in Orlando. How far?
Oh, that's a good question.
Siobhan, we'll talk. I know she ain't let me go because my daughter's birthday, but I think it's like 3 hours.
Hour and a half, bro.
Whoa, see,
Hour and a half drive, about 85 miles.
mm. We're gonna talk about that. But all right, so moving on. So the last thing we're gonna finish with tonight is so this is the last episode of 2022. We've watched a lot of wrestling this year.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I did want to ask you one thing before we get to this because
Yes.
I forgot to mention this. You watched SmackDown last week, right?
No.
No. Dang.
Oh,
Okay. Well, never mind then. We can
no,
move
no,
past.
no, 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 no. What's up?
Oh no, I was saying, did you watch that Miracle on 34th Street fight?
No, I did not.
It was funny. I actually liked the match.
Was
I
it a
mean, how I
comedy?
feel
Was it
about
more of a
furniture.
comedy match?
I mean, yeah, but it was like funny stuff. Like it, I don't know. It just made me laugh. The New Day made me laugh in that match. That's all.
Shout out to New Day for working double duty.
Exactly.
One has a question. Do you
Question.
think what is happening with Sasha Banks will become more of a norm in the future, or is it more of a how you market yourself situation?
Um. Hmm. I don't think what she's doing is really a new thing. I mean, I think for anybody that is a star, and especially like a crossover star,
Mm-hmm.
they have that ability. I mean, you're not going
Yeah,
to see like opening match people, you know,
right.
threaten to leave or whatever. It's very few people in that company that's in those positions to do that, and that's by design. Vince
Yeah,
McMahon learned a long time ago. He's been held up
yeah,
for money multiple times
yeah.
and learned from a lot. I think that's kind of why you also see the book in the way that you do. That nobody's really that guy except
There you
for
go. You got it.
somebody that you know ain't gonna leave.
Nailed it.
Because otherwise, I mean, what's stopping everybody
Right,
on the roster from doing this?
right,
So, yeah, I
right.
don't.
So
Yeah,
what you got Roman,
yeah, but he
Bianca.
ain't going nowhere.
He ain't going nowhere, but he also ain't go. He is and he ain't. Like he's already part time. Like
Right. That's why if you can
yeah,
get $1 million or more on a part-time basis, you don't really have anything to complain about.
right. So their crossover stars are Roman, Bianca,
Brock,
Becky,
Becky,
and Brock,
yeah.
and Ronda. Does anybody care about Ronda Rousey outside of anymore?
No, not really. I mean, she could leave. Nobody's gonna care.
She said, "Oh, I'm sorry for asking so many questions. Just wondering about." No, we appreciate the questions. We really do appreciate it. Don't you ever apologize for asking questions. here on the KOD
Exactly. We
show.
encourage questions.
Absolutely.
Please, if y'all got more questions, drop them. We'll
Yes.
see them.
Because it's a possibility we may get out of here in less than an hour. So
yeah. Yeah. But the situation with the Sasha thing, I mean, that's like uh, a lot of things that came together at one time of bad booking, no direction, and then really just kind of questioning, do I really need to keep doing this? Like I throw my body at the ground for a living, you know.
I love when you say
I
that.
can go model out here. I can, build my own brand. I can go work somewhere else. I can do more things that make me happy. Like I got money in the bank. I've been here for a while. Like people know my name. They recognize my face.
Yeah.
So like, and that's the thing too. If you notice, both Sasha and Naomi left, right? Has anybody said a word about Naomi?
Here and there.
Right, but not like Naomi ain't trending on Twitter.
Which
I don't see anybody clamoring talking about, can we get an update for Naomi? Oh, she's gonna be here. Nobody knows anything about what she's doing. The most noteworthy thing she's done uh, without Sasha was going to that game with Jay Cargill.
yeah. This is why I kind of feel like Sasha set her up for failure. Like
Yes.
yeah, on balance, I agree with what they did, but Sasha has to know that Sasha did that knowing Sasha had a backup plan. I don't feel like Sasha was thinking about Naomi when she did that.
No.
So
I think she more so was just like, we don't need this. And Naomi's like, we? Yeah, you're right. We don't need this. Just to kind of back her up in the moment,
yeah,
thinking it's going to help them, like, kind of force creative and force like a new direction. And
bro, I'm not even
no,
gonna cap. I think Sasha never had an intention of coming back. I really feel like the second she walked out, she because how long she been like, oh, I'm unhappy that she holds them up for more money. Like, I don't
yeah,
feel like I don't feel like she ever had an intention of coming back without some type of like mega like just significantly increased money or creative direct. Like I don't feel like once she walked out, I don't feel like she ever thought she was coming back in this moment.
yeah. I mean, she, previously, I think, was that, what, 3 or 4 years ago when she left?
Yeah.
Like, she left 3 or 4 years ago kind of for the same reason. Like, you're unhappy with creative. You think you could be doing more. You're trying to push for things, and then people don't view those things as important as you do. So, like, it's a lot of frustration. And I don't know, I just feel like you're kind of stifled creatively.
Yeah.
So, like, I get it. I understand.
Yeah. Look, I'm never gonna hate on anybody for going to get a bag.
Exactly.
Never.
And
So
I mean, it's nothing really left for her. I mean, bro, she main evented at WrestleMania.
yeah,
Like, she
it's
good.
never gonna get bigger than two black women main event of WrestleMania. Like there's nothing she's ever gonna do. At this point, she was doing it for the love of the game.
Yep.
So I do think, she's capitalizing off her name. She's done this long enough, like you said, she's thrown her body at the ground long enough. She has a name. Go get your money. Go get your bag. And Japan paid her very well.
Yeah.
Just don't
And
go
it's
to
exciting for her. She can go do something different.
yeah. Um, so all right. So I think we got asked. This kind of leads into also my sister-in-law wants to know the match of the year. Your match of the year.
Did you want to go first?
I'm gonna have to go with Sheamus and Gunther from Clash at the Castle. I was trying to like rack my brain to go through all the matches that I've seen, but it's gonna be Sheamus and Gunther from Clash at the Castle. It's just 15 minutes of people, them beating the hell out of each other. Uh, it's something you don't. It's just a match you don't see today with all the flippy dips and the
Yes.
knee slaps and the all that all that stuff. That's gonna be my match of the year. Sheamus and Gunther from Clash of the Castle. Moonlight Adventures. Thank you for being here. We really appreciate it. Uh, he says this best of seven trios match is hot garbage. Bryce, your thoughts?
Hey, I say this every week. If you've seen one match, you've seen them all. And now instead of, I don't know, making the referee look stupid and cheating behind their back, and they never learn from anything week to week. It's the same referee. Now they just, hey, no DQ, false count anywhere. Just do whatever the hell you want to do.
And again, I don't
Whatever.
know. Is the match on now? Or was it? Has it been on? Did you watch
It,
any of it?
it, it was
Was
it
it
was on
one
early.
ref?
I'm sorry. I was laughing at what I was just seeing
Was it
because
one ref?
I don't know. It before we
Ju-
before we got on the air, the match had already finished. I
Oh,
gotta go
okay.
back and watch it. So I'll probably hit you once I do
Okay.
watch it. Let
Okay.
you know.
Um,
I'm laughing at like how AEW ended today. That's just oh man. We'll
Josh
talk
said
about
he.
that next
Hey,
week.
hey, Josh, can you let me know if it's is there more than Rick Knox? I'm assuming that's the ref. Um, please tell me for a 6-man false count anywhere. Please tell me there's more than one referee.
We hope so.
Yes,
Um,
very much.
so yes, match of the year though. Getting back to that. So my match of the year is that Cody and Seth match.
This is the
The
Bruce
third one.
Peck match.
Yeah. It's something about it's something about I don't know, just the aesthetic of like seeing like his pec, how like discolored his chest was.
Yeah.
And like it looked like everything hurt. Like Cody couldn't lift his arm. He just how do you wrestle with one arm? You know?
Bro, that
Seth with the kendo stick, like driving it into his pec, like that just looked like it hurt, bro.
that match was hard to watch. Like, because you were like legitimately concerned.
Yeah. And
Like that's one of the matches that my wife actually like we watched together,
mm-hmm.
and like it was. I was like, at first, like that looks like makeup. It was so badly bruised. Um, yeah, it was just go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you good. No, I was just saying, like exactly what you meant. Like you're just really worried. Like, and for me, that just kind of really took me back to like really getting involved and getting into it. There wasn't, flips and it was weapons, but like I mean, it made sense.
It was hell in a cell. Yeah.
Yeah, but like it wasn't a bunch of super kicks and flips and just unbelievableness. This looked like an actual wrestling match,
Yeah.
something I could take serious. This is something I could put on if somebody's like, "Oh, I've never seen wrestling. Show me what it's
Oh
about."
yes,
Okay, here you go.
absolutely.
Watch this.
Hey, it's like, why do you watch wrestling?
This is
Watch
exactly
this.
why.
Yes.
And I mean, that also for me at the time, I'm like, what's the point of a third match? Like, we really been on this for 3 months now, and like that was so worth it. Like seeing that return at Mania, that was cool.
Yes.
Okay, then we had the second match. I'm like, okay. And then we got the third match, and I'm really confused. And then just seeing it, I'm like, oh, that was so worth it.
It's almost
Like,
like, do you think that the Cody Peck wrestling through that is going to be the Becky broken nose concussion on the stage?
that
Like,
Survivor Series thing, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that's gonna be his like career highlight forever. I don't care what else he does, wherever else he goes. That'll be his number one career highlight, just from that visual alone. That was
yeah,
just such a great visual seeing, just like the
And
discoloration.
it's like it was the slow taking
Yeah,
of the, and then like as soon as he took the coat off, you can hear the crowd visibly go, "Ooh."
yeah, and I just think back too, like just all the noise like surrounding, that match of like, oh, Cody's not at house shows this week. They took him off, and then you get news of like, oh, Cody's hurt. The match might not, and then that day they're like, oh yeah, Cody tore his pec. There's no way he's gonna wrestle
Yeah,
tonight.
because I remember texting y'all like before the show, like, "Yo," and like 7, like Cody tore his pec. Like,
Yeah,
are they gonna wrestle tonight? I'm not sure which one you're laughing at here. Josh from Moonlight Adventure said, "Not sure who's gonna cripple someone first, Twinkle Toes or the Harleys. Either way, it's bad news for the Triangle."
the Bermuda Triangle.
I
Oh
see
man.
we got another Cornet listener here.
um, and I was laughing at Charvon comment.
My lovely wife says, "Please go ahead and 5 knuckle shuffle that like button."
Oh man,
Thanks, baby.
that's just bro. How did Cena get that over? Like, how did they put that on TV and they
Bro,
still
I
to
don't
this
know.
day still say it?
I hated it. But
So funny.
yeah, that Cody stuff match. And it's not like they went. It's not like they went. 5-10 minutes. It was like a 20 match. It was like it was over 20 minutes.
Yeah, it was a legit match. Like,
Yeah,
it wasn't just like, okay, we can do something and get up out of here. No, Cody wrestled like a legit match. To be honest, I could almost, if it wasn't for the discoloration, I wouldn't have even known that he tore his pec.
you just thought maybe it was just like, oh, he hurt it, like he's selling his arm, like or something
Oh
like
no,
that.
no, I can tell from the discoloration because I remember when Triple H
Yeah,
did it, and I remember seeing that picture of like, oh, like that looked bad, like that just looks really nasty. And then like seeing when Cody did it, I'm like, oh, this is like like torn, like I kind of figure off the bone. Like I don't even know if it's attached to the bone, but just complete tear, like it's done. And like that's what it would look like after a few days. And
I think he did it early, and I think he did it earlier in the week.
so he slightly tore it when they had that altercation on Raw, that
Mm-hmm.
pull apart,
That's right. Yeah.
but then he completely tore it when he was working out. So I think he hurt it like Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah.
And then they pulled him off the house show Thursday, Saturday, or just Saturday, whatever it's supposed to be. And yeah.
Hey man, that's his flu game. You know what I mean? Like everybody, at some point, an athlete is going to have that flu game, and that was his flu game. That's a good choice for match of the year. So I think we're pretty much going to have the same answer here. We're just going to see if we can just maybe add some. Miss Keisha says, Bryce, that makes me lightheaded to hear that. It was very hard to watch. It was to watch a man with no pectoral muscle, and basically his whole basically chest basically is just black and blue. Like it was difficult to watch in real time. It still does. So, like I said, we're probably going to have both. We're going to do a moment of the year. We got World Wrestling Vlog. Thank you for being here. Looks like Ace still trained up Nick Jackson on how to throw a chair. That brawl will never not be old. And I feel like it's going to be like a folk tale where it's just going to like the stories over the years are just going to get like progressively like more entertaining from that brawl.
I know.
All right. So my moment of the year for 2022 is that I got the pleasure for the first time ever, seeing Stone Cold in person. I got a chance to hear the glass break in person for the first time, and it was probably my favorite wrestling moment ever, like ever. Like getting a chance to hear the glass break and then seeing him ride the four wheeler, like pretty much everything about that main event with Kevin Owens and that night was pretty much perfect to me. Um, so I just by far and away my moment of the year, one of my life wrestling wise, just everything that a 14-year-old me would want out of that. It took me back. It took me back to my. It took me back to my childhood for real.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm pretty much you thinking. Are you on the same thing?
Um. Yeah. I mean, that was my favorite. My favorite moment was that Stone Cold comeback, just from like him being funny in that promo to then the match itself. So I'm like, okay, I guess we're just gonna have a segment to end WrestleMania. He'll probably just drink beer and stun him. That's it. We're not gonna have a match, but then it actually ended up being a match. And for me, it's just like the little subtle stuff that he did, like drinking beer during the match. That's funny to me that he refueled and drank as much beer as he did.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking, okay, he's just being funny, like catching his breath. I have a beer. I'm pretty sure he drank a 12 pack at
Yeah.
least during the
Yeah.
match.
Yeah.
And just kind of how he incorporated that. But yeah, like that. That for me probably was my favorite moment of the year. Um, but if I had to pick something other than that moment, I'm gonna go Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, SummerSlam with the tractor.
Tractor.
Because for one, before that match started, Brock got up in the scooper, cut the promo, and he tossed the mic to Roman, and Roman just caught it like so smooth. Like I love that moment.
Yeah.
And then during the match, like when he lifted up the ring and that visual of like Roman like stumbling backwards and falling
Right.
out of the ring. I've never seen a ring lifted up before.
And it didn't look. And it didn't look like out of place. You know what I mean? Like it didn't
Yeah.
look like a fake spot. Like it looked like
Yeah.
this is a real spot you would do to try to win a match.
Yep. Yeah. Nothing was like cartoonish about, Roman stumbling or at what lengths they would go to, try to win a match. All of it looked good to me. And I just remember like that image so clearly. So yeah, if it's not Austin, then it's definitely that Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns.
I guess my runner up is going to be from the same WrestleMania. That just the first night of WrestleMania might be my best time at a wrestling show. It's going to be the Cody comeback.
Mm.
Because I was still hearing people like an hour before the show saying he left. So I was like, because the guy sitting next to me and my buddy was like, yeah, he left today. I was like, okay. And then I was like, in my heart, I kind of knew it was him. Like in my mind, I knew who it was. But until I heard that wrestling has more than one royal family, no, I knew when I saw all the pyro, I was like, that's him. He had to get the Triple H uh, pyro. So I saw no once I saw all the pyro, I knew it was him. And then the music hit, and then the rest is history.
Yeah, that was also a great moment from the year. What about on the AEW side? You got a moment from AEW?
It has to be the brawl, right? Like it has to be.
No, we got to pick something we have like footage, video of.
I'm. Hey, baby, I'm coming. I'm wrapping this up.
The chicken wing connoisseur.
And you know what it
Hey,
is.
if y'all want to see Brandon eat some chicken wings, y'all check out Parker's on the Go.
Parker's on the go. See, there you go. Shameless plug. Um, something that was on video from AEW this year. I'm gonna let you go first.
The CM Punk promo where he called out Hangman Page because so much glory happened in that 5 minute promo where he got his comeback on Hangman and then also on Moxley, saying that he don't want to fight Moxley because Moxley would bleed all over him.
That okay. So if that had to be one, it's that one.
Where
It
he
is
did the
that.
Snow Angels in the ring because he has time because Moxley has to walk through the crowd.
You're the third best member of the group,
Yes,
kind of
that
thing.
was
Yeah,
easily my favorite AEW moment of the year. Was that promo.
absolutely.
Match wise, I don't really have a lot to choose from match wise. Sorry.
Because all their matches are the same.
I mean, I don't want to say all that, but just
It's okay
there's
to
something about the match that takes me out of it, like logically.
because
Like,
all their matches are the same.
yeah. Well, it's like you just do things like that Jungle Boy Luchasaurus steel cage. Okay, you got a cage to stay in the ring, keep people out, but they both got outside the cage. For what? You see any Young Bucks Kenny Omega match, it's literally the same. They use the same referee, they do the same stuff. Tired of seeing it.
Yeah.
The Acclaim was a nice switch up. I hate how they've used FTR. Like,
Yes.
I don't have anything positive. Like, I don't like Hangman. Like, I was trying to give him a chance, but after the whole Punk situation, I don't have nothing for Hangman.
Yeah. His title run was so bad,
Yeah.
and that was this year, right? His title run was this
Yeah.
year because that's who. Yeah. Title say his title run was so bad. So
Jericho leached onto as much Youngtown as he could to be relevant, and he's doing it again with Ricky Starks. Um, hey, I'm glad to see they're using Ricky Starks, but
yeah.
it's kind of, I don't want to say it's too late, but could have been doing this like 8 months ago.
Facts.
Hobbs, I have no clue what they're doing. I have no clue after tonight what they're doing with Wardlow. Bro, tonight was bad.
It's not Warlow's world.
No, no.
Worst catchphrase of the year. World. But yeah, so it's been an exciting 2022. Just kind of on personal levels, we decided to start this thing called the KOD Show back this past June. Was it? June was the first episode. Um,
Yeah, either May
somebody
or June.
remind me. Okay, yeah, but we decided to start this thing, and we are greatly appreciative of everybody who's watched, subscribed, liked, commented, participated in the chat. We're greatly appreciative to the women who support this channel because without our wives, we're nothing. We don't. They make us look good, um, and we got a lot more coming in 2023. We're gonna take thanks, baby. KOD 4L. We got a lot of things coming. We got Royal Rumble. We got wrestling conventions. We got indie shows. We got WrestleMania. We got potential merch and just a lot. We got a lot of stuff coming in 2023. So because this is my last show of the year, so I know Hirsch and Bryce are coming back on Friday, so they can give their year-end wrap-up sappy speech on Friday. But from Brandon, I really appreciate you guys. I appreciate you, Bryce, and I appreciate Isaiah. I've been wanting to do this for a long time, just didn't have people to do it with. So I'm actually glad I was able to find you guys, and we can hook up and get this thing started.
Absolutely, man. Happy to do it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, we're gonna unless do you have anything else you wanted to say for tonight?
Yeah, just as always, man. Watch what y'all want to watch. Enjoy the shows y'all want to enjoy. Try to be positive about it. There's a lot of negativity in the world. Try to be the positive change you want to see.
Yeah.
That's that.
And also, shameless plugs. Don't forget, we're also on Spotify. So go over there and listen and leave a review. Also, all our socials on IG, Twitter, Facebook. So go join us over there as well. Parker's on the go tomorrow night, live somewhere. We don't know. Um, but no, just again, thank you guys for a great 2022, and we're looking forward to bigger and better things in 2023. So until then, hey, Bryce, I'm trying to see if it works. I'm gonna see if it works.
Uh oh.
Play the music.